Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 3, Episode 10. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted reality shows, and also do reactions. If you're returning, you one of my peoples, welcome back. So we have two comments from last week's video, and they're both from Queen Scarlet Pimp Sunkiss. Hey, boo. You have such an adorable smile. Oh, thanks, boo. I appreciate that. What's crazy is it was already affecting Angie K. When Dana spoke up about Jen's behavior, it was after Jen screamed on Angie K. Clown face, laugh, cry face, laugh, cry face. So I don't know. I guess Angie K really values her hair above a lot of things, I guess. Or the setting and the positioning of the people made it a difference, such as Jen and Angie K being in front of everybody and everybody being in a position like an audience. So Angie K may have felt literally singled out in the moment, and maybe that is what made the difference. But either way, Angie K is the delayed reaction. Not delayed reaction to everything is interesting, LOL. I mean, you're not wrong. But like Angie K, I don't know if it's because like they've experienced more things, or I don't know how the confession to when the scene was filmed goes, but I don't know. But Angie K goes from, oh my goodness, Jen, you were the best person in the world, I truly value you and your friendship and your family, to I can't stand that heifer. I don't see why anybody want to be her friend. So let's go ahead and get into Lisa is tired of the way that Jen has been treating them, and this has been happening since before she got charged with any type of crime. And I was like, yes, Lisa, this is completely and utterly true. Jen been treating people wrong since season 1. Y'all see how she like was throwing glasses at Coach Shaw's birthday party? It was either Whitney or Heather that she flung them out the way when they was in Vegas trying to like calm her down. Season 2, she's been all up in everybody's face. Like, yes, this is typical Jen behavior. But Angie K is back to defending Jen, talking about something she doesn't remember pushing you. And I was like, that's either a lie or she was drunk. Either way, it's not acceptable. But Wendy, what was it? She's talking about something. That's the problem. She doesn't remember. It's kind of like when Whitney, she loves to doggone weave whatever she's going through and like inserted it with somebody else going through. It's like the same situation with Heather when she flung me out of the way. I'm like, really? You always got to burn yourself, like, make this about you. Like, really? Like, yes, she was doing this to you, and that's so much like how Heather flung me out of the way at her house. And, like, no, we're going to get into that a little bit later. So, Heather definitely has a pick me, be your friend type of, like, personality, but she's getting tired of Jen and her behavior. Like, she's excusing like, oh, this is just Jen Shaw, but it's like, I don't want to do this no more. And I me personally, I would think it is exhausting, but she's like, I don't want to abandon Jen while she is down. And I'm like, first of all, Jen put herself in this ooh, voice. My voice decided to leave. And like Jen came up and like, no, you're not going to talk about me. But like, Jen put herself in a situation for allegedly being out here stealing from the elderly, people, and the vulnerable. I'm going to try every episode I do on this to bring that up of what she did, because I am tired of everybody coddling Jen because she's going through things. Even though these things she's going through, she put herself in this situation. Which I just find it hilarious how last season, when one person came along and said, did Murray stole from him? But then he told Lisa came to the group like, yes, Murray stole $300,000 from him, and then I think it turned out to like he sold his house for like $300,000, and he gave the church some money. So I was like, that sounded like when he sold his house, he was paying tithes from that money from the house he stole. And then it was like, oh my goodness, Murray's out here stealing from public. They talked about that woman left, right, up, and down on what she did. But Jen Shaw, oh my goodness, she is going through some things. So let's get her the big room. Oh my goodness, Jen Shaw is going through some things. I don't want to abandon her. It's like, really? I really don't know why Heather wants to be friends with her. Because, like, remember when she got upset with you? She was calling you Honey Boo Boo and Trick. Did we not remember that? Like, years ago, I was like, being on the Housewives show, if I was making money like that, I wouldn't care. I would be sitting back getting my check. But the older I get, I was like, you know what? My peace of mind is more important. And then I found out, like, even though they're like, okay, you signed for, you gonna get like $800,000 for the season that you get paid per scene. I was like, what? I did not know that. Did y'all? I did not. This ain't got nothing to do with that. But yeah. But, you know, Whitney and Heather's situation, I think that switched up when Whitney brought to the group about her childhood trauma. And it's not the childhood trauma that caused a shift in Whitney and Heather's relationship. It is Whitney somewhat blames her current behavior and how she acts on what she went through as a child. Like, when I do this, I was going through childhood trauma, so this is how I'm expressing myself now. And I don't think Heather likes that, the way she's using it. So Jen sets up a day at the beach. We got some nice little lounge chairs with umbrellas, and we gonna play some beach games. I've been to the beach one time after my little sister graduated. We went to Panama City, and I got into the ocean first time and last time, because I didn't know that even though you were close to the shore, that those currents can sweep you away. Did not know that, and that is frightening to know. But anyways, they break off into teams and make sandcastles, and for whatever reason, even though Jen, who else? It was Jen, Heather, and I want to say Angie K. Their sandcastle was like one peak with a flag on it. Whitney still found the need to smash it for whatever reason. They was doing sack races. It was doing this big old I'm in a balloon, but we also playing soccer, and then they went surfing. I mean, I guess it was something to do, but like, I was like, ain't it hot outside? And I don't really do the hot weather like it. But anyways. So, okay. Jen, she mad at Heather because she has not held Angie H accountable for her husband's Instagram post about her. Have you taken, and I was like, have you taken accountability because you was allegedly out here stealing the money from the elderly and vulnerable people? Did you take accountability for that? Because if you hadn't been out here allegedly stealing from the elderly and vulnerable people, the post would not have been made. Yeah. Heather and Lisa tried to explain to Jen that she is a toxic friend. You go from throwing shoes into oceans to like the next morning you smiling and this is the greatest person that has ever lived. And I don't know. It seemed like to me, and I may be reaching, but it sounded like Jen did not like them calling out for the behavior, which she does. And she knows she does, but won't admit she does. And then she was like, well, I tried to unalive myself. And Coach Shaw had to take me to the hospital. And that's why he was so upset about this post, because I guess she read the post. She got so depressed that she tried to unalive herself. And to me, it sounded like she threw that out there so they would stop calling her out. And then she walked off. So there was no resolve there. So I was like, that was interesting. But y'all, the ladies get back to the house. Now, when I went to the beach, even though we got back at like 3 o'clock in the morning, you best believe, like, they had like a little water hose situation to rinse yourself off, but you couldn't really do that. And it was like one water hose, and it was like a whole lot of people trying to rinse themselves off. But you best believe, even though it was 3 o'clock in the morning, when I got home, I hopped in that shower, I washed my hair, and I washed my body. These ladies, they get home from the beach after doing all the beach activities, and some of them getting into the ocean, and they go straight to making drinks. I was like, so ain't nobody gonna like at least go to the shower, wash your hair, wash your body, and throw on some loungewear until y'all get ready for this Marilyn Monroe party? Y'all just go straight from the beach, come in the house, making drinks, and then, do that? Like, y'all don't want to get all that gunk off of you? Okay. So, like I said, they was having this Marilyn Monroe party, and the ladies had broken off to the groups. Who was it? Meredith. Okay, Jen, Lisa, and Heather. They went and got something to eat. Meredith, she stayed on the beach, and Dana, Angie K, and Whitney went surfing. So it's like, what did y'all do while y'all was out eating and doing all that stuff? And Jen was like, Heather was like, we had a conversation about like everything that's been going on, and like Jen was like, I don't really want to talk about it. And Heather was giving so much as, oh, so y'all keeping secrets? She didn't say that, but that was like the look she was giving off. And Jen was like, okay, you want to know so much, you got to keep on poking. I talked about how I tried to unalive myself, okay. And Whitney's like, oh my goodness, in her confession, oh my goodness, I was just asking a question. Why are you coming for me? Now, y'all, I forgot why Whitney and Heather like stopped being so close like they was, because one, I don't really care, and two, I just forgot. It's because when they had that first girls trip, Whitney being on this since my childhood trauma, I want to speak the truth, campaign that she was on, and she wanted Heather to jump on, well, remember this was said about Lisa, and Heather was like, I don't remember that. Now, whether that's true or not, that's Heather's business. Like, we was over here as girlfriends, we was just gossip. That was supposed to be between us, but since you want to be on this I want to tell the truth, but only when it benefits me type of campaign. Now you mad at me because I didn't jump up to your defense when you was talking about these rumors that was going on, even though you was the one that brought the rumors up. But you like to do like Ashley from Potomac. You like to throw something out there, cause the mess to get started, and then you sit back and watch as everything is going down. Okay, where am I at? You upset with me because I said I don't remember this rumor that we talked about? That's basically where she was going from. Then it turned to Heather was like, oh, Meredith was like, well, you said I started the rumor as well, and that wasn't true. And Whitney was like, yeah, that was my bad. So it's like looking at Whitney like, you the one talking about all these rumors, but you was saying I started this rumor and it wasn't true. You talking about some Heather knows about this rumor, and she's saying she don't remember about it. So it's like, okay, it's looking like you the problem over here. It's just like, well, Meredith, you came over my house and you was watching dishes. She's like, yeah, but we was talking outside. She's like, well, I felt your energy when you came in, and that told me that you wanted to talk about something. So you didn't just totally flipped it on now. Now I'm looking at Whitney like, maybe you shouldn't be drinking on here, because when you get drinking on here, you don't remember what you be saying, or maybe you just flat out lying. It's like, it's hard to have a conversation with these ladies when they drunk. And like, the best, if Heather and Whitney want to salvage whatever relationship they had, cousins, friends, and all that stuff, y'all need to have a conversation by yourselves where there's no alcohol involved. Because y'all both get a little rah-rah when y'all drunk, and Whitney be talking but going around circles, and then getting mad that you not keeping up with what she's saying. And then Heather, she's over talking to you because you not really making no sense. And then Whitney goes on to explain how she's processing her childhood abuse, and Heather put her hands on her. Now, in Heather's defense, this all culminated. We're gonna start it. We're gonna say started, because I don't believe it. I don't know if I'm saying it right or if I'm using it correctly. So this all started when Whitney was on, well, I think I should tell Lisa about whatever I said, yada, yada, yada. And Heather was like, I don't remember this conversation. And then they kind of showed Whitney running up on Heather. And Heather's like, I don't remember that. You're not going to call me a liar. And did kind of sort of fling her out of the way. But that was only after, y'all, my husband's in the kitchen watching this chance because he's about to cook, so apologize. We almost done. That was only after she got in her face. Nothing was resolved, and these ladies decided to go to the club. Now, when they got home from the club, they was drunk as all of the get out. People running around without tops on. People flashing people. They was being loud for no reason at all. Then we flash. It's yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna mention that. I don't even care about that's her name. Names, girl. I don't even care about Heather humping on Jen. What distracted me was Meredith's feet. Like, girl, why is your feet brown like that? Why is your feet dirty? Do you not wash the bottom of your feet, or did you like take your shoes off while y'all was outside and walking through the house? You got them dirty. But I was looking, I was like, whose feet is that? Meredith, girl, why is your feet dirty? But anyways, it's 4:30 in the morning. Somebody's trying to get into, what's her name? Heather's room. They knock. She comes to the door and it's like a flash. The next morning, Meredith comes in. Heather has on glasses. Why does Heather have on glasses? But because she got a black eye and scratches on her arm. I'm like, who did that? Now, we're going to, we got Heather is the victim. Jen was already in there with her, so we're not going to say Jen did it because that would just be stupid. And then we got Meredith showing up. So we know it wasn't Jen and it wasn't Meredith. So who are the other suspects? We got Whitney, we got Lisa, we got Dana, and Angie K. Who do y'all think was behind the blacking of the eye of Heather and the scratches on her arm? Or was it none of them and Heather was so drunk that whoever she was talking to, she fell and hit her? I know that sounds like some, I'm not even going to say that. Back in the day, why is that you got that bruise? Oh, I hit a cabinet. But maybe she was drunk and fell, and whoever was there tried to grab her, and her arm was scratched. But it was playing off of like somebody that jumped on her. I'm not laughing. I mean, even though I did laugh, this is not a funny matter because abuse is bad. So y'all, that was just, if I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, $3.99. Make sure notifications are on so when my video Facebook a video. You can click on it, you can like and share it to your people, and you can come over and be one of my people. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do, and tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.